Welcome back again. This is part 8 of the tutorial on flips and rolls. Last time I ended up doing the move that I'm going to show you this time a couple times accidentally. It's because I was practicing it and it just sort of happened. But last time we dealt with the putting the fingers towards the emitter, rolling it around to the switch. All right, this time, if you remember in the earlier videos, the idea of the roll and a half to a reverse grip, in the earlier videos we did that by rolling it over the thumb. Okay, and then on the way back, again, we roll it over the thumb. We don't have to use the thumb. We can actually use the reverse hand, or we can use the hand to do this if we incorporate the roll over the back. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over, I'm going to make contact with the saber right here, roll it around and into reverse grip. So just so you can see what that looks like with a little bit of speed. Okay, so one more time. Okay, now that's sped up, but just to slow it down a little bit, making contact right here, I'm using this hand to sort of help it along, rolling it over and rolling it into the hand. So it's actually making a roll across the palm, a roll across the back, and then another roll across the palm, a rotation and a half, which is needed to reverse the grip. I can reverse it back, or I can reverse it on either side of the body, but if I were to try to reverse it back on the others, in order to move it in that same direction, I'd have to start up on the blade, and I can't do that, obviously. So what I'll do after I've reversed the grip is I'll come back to this side, and then I'll flip it back over again right into this hand. Let me show it up front. Coming over, and then back into this hand. Okay, so flip, 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 flip. All right, so what that looks like in the figure 8. Notice that the blade is moving, or is changing grip on the same side of my body each time. I can do it on the other side again, but I would have to change it from the standard to the reverse on the other side, and then change it back on the same side. Okay, a little bit trickier. I can't do it back and forth like I could before. And again, the reason for that is if we're doing the contact version, in order to flip it back on the other side, I'd have to start on the blade in order to make the roll up in that direction. Can't do that, so I wait until I move back to the first side. A little bit tricky, but here it is one more time in slow motion. If you practice this, you can get pretty fluid with it, but to this side, and that was actually only part of a flip there, but there, like that. So bring it around again, and around again. And in fast, or normal speed, there. Once again in normal speed, there. Okay, and then I bring it to the other side, bring it back, and the reverse version of this, I can either have my palm down or my palm up. It's up to me, but it's going this direction. Run up behind the sling and push it, roll it back into your hand for the right grip. A little bit tricky, but it'll get us used to it. The next move we're going to be dealing with a double roll, and that takes a lot to get used to. Those of you who are using staffs, you might recognize it when you see it, but I'll see you then. Practice these, and until then, see you on the forums.